Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Today, Leeds United have the chance to relegate Wolves at the same time as almost guaranteeing our Premier League survival. It is a huge game at home against Wolves, who have improved in recent months, but overall this season have been very, very poor. We have a job to do today, and we have to go out and win this game. Thanks to everybody who has joined me already, and welcome to everybody who is joining me. Welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members like Karen Curtin, Ryan Tune, and Pierre, all in the chat down below. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. This is going to be a massive game. We'll go through the lineups very, very shortly. I'm good, thanks, Anto. Hope everybody's good. Hi, Gareth. Welcome to everybody who's joining. Hope everybody's good. Leeds United today have a huge task ahead of them. Win this game, and you almost guarantee your Premier League survival, whilst also guaranteeing that Wolves go down, which is not so much of a factor for me. I don't mind Wolves. Also, Coventry got relegated. Sorry, that's preemptive for next season. Coventry got promoted last night under Frank Lampard, so they will be a Premier League team next season. However, we are still very much concerned with what's going to happen this season, with only a few games remaining. If we have a little look at the Premier League, Brentford-Fulham was 0-0 today. It doesn't really affect us. However, today at 5:30, Tottenham are at home to Brighton. We obviously play against Wolves. Tomorrow, Forest versus Burnley. And then West Ham Palace as well. So it is a massive game for us. And of course, when you look at the remaining fixtures after this one today, there are 5 games remaining, 6 if you include an FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. So a lot to look forward to in terms of Leeds United. We've got a game today, then we're back on the 22nd, Wednesday. Then we've got a FA Cup semi-final on Sunday, the 26th of April. Then we've got Burnley at home, Spurs away, Brighton at home, and West Ham away to finish off this season. And then we've got a World Cup as well. So there is there's a lot of things happening at the moment. PSA, and I'm only interested in making sure that when we meet Spurs, we have the distance we need, not to worry. Yeah, look, if we win this game, it'll go a huge way to making sure that we cannot get caught by Spurs. Of course, it's still mathematically possible, but it's very difficult to have such a swing in only a few amount of games, and you can't imagine Spurs just winning game after game at the moment. I was just doing something then. Yes, that was it. I don't even have YouTube Studio open. Let's have a look. Go live. Right, we're into the chat here, and I'll just do the super chat goal, and then we'll start to go through all of the lineups. 2 hours. By the way, still living off that game against Man United. And look, we only won 2-1, but it could have easily been 4-5. We were so good in that game. We were so good, and we deserved to maybe score more goals than we actually did. So we've got 50 people in here. Imagine more will be joining closer to kickoff, but we'll go through the Wolves lineup first. So Bentley in goal. They're actually playing a 3-5-2 like we are, but a 5-3-2 is how I've done it on the lineups. So That will be Chachua at right wing back with Hugo Bueno at left wing back. Totti, Santi Bueno, and Krejci are the three centre halves. Andre in the midfield with João Gomez and Andre Gomez, and then Bellegarde and Armstrong up front. That is the lineup for Wolves. A few players in there that, if they do get relegated, which it looks very likely, that Leeds could have a look at. Namely, Hugo Bueno would be a good backup to Gabriel Goodmanson, and Andre has been really good for them in their midfield. But other than that, there's not that much I would take from a Wolves side if they got relegated. Mick Doyle predicting 0-0 today. Yeah, on that point, get your predictions in the chat down below. I think Leeds are going to win 2-0 at home, which would be amazing. Keep a clean sheet, score a couple of goals. We'd all be happy. That's the way I'm seeing it at the moment. 2-0 to Leeds. I hope I'm right. But yeah, make sure you all get your score predictions in the comments down below, and we'll talk about Leeds United's lineup very, very shortly. Yeah, well, West Ham beat them 4-0, didn't they? So there's every chance that Leeds could do a number on them like that. However, usually lightning doesn't strike twice like that. Good to see that Autanaka's not injured as well, by the way, because he did pick up a knock that he had to come off the pitch for. So the bench for Wolves is Brooks, Wolf, Hwang, Arakadare, Lima, Rodrigo Gomez, Mane, Olagunju, and Edozie. They've got 3 Gomezes in their lineup, 2 Buenos. That is quite confusing. However, let's get on to a lot of people saying Leeds 2-0, Leeds 5-0, Leeds 3-1, Leeds 4-0. Positive. That's what I like to see. Let's change the teams on the screen then. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. This is the lineup then for Leeds United. I'll go through the lineup and then I'll go through the bench afterwards. The lineup for Leeds then in this one is Carl Darlow in goal, Bogle at right wing back, Goodmanson at left wing back, James Justin, Jacobi Yol and Pascal Struijk make up an unchanged back 3. Ampadu and Tanaka in the midfield. Tanaka starts for a second consecutive game, which is good to see because he was brilliant. Aronson plays ahead of him alongside Okafor, who sit behind Calvert-Lewin up front. Now, Calvert-Lewin has missed a lot of big chances and had a lot of good situations to score in the past, well, basically since he last scored a goal, and he's due one. So another one of my predictions for today is that he is Calvert-Lewin gets on the score sheet, because I think he needs to. I think it would be a fantastic time for him to start scoring again in these last 4 or 5 games. Get Calvert-Lewin back on the score sheet. That would be great. So that's the lineup. Darlow in goal, Bogle, Justin, Biol, Struijk and Goodmanson, Ampadu, Tanaka, Aronson, Okafor and Calvert-Lewin. And then when we look at the bench for Leeds United, of course, the goalkeeper, Lucas Perry. Defensive-wise, we've got Sebastian Bornau and also Joe Rodon makes a return to the bench. So that's good to see that he's back. Longstaff on the bench and Gruev, as well as Buonanotte for midfield options. And then you've got Nonto, Piru and Mecha as the attacking options in this one as well. So a good balanced bench. Some players coming back from injury as well. I'm interested to see how this one pans out, because I think if we start like we did against Man United, we are well in with a chance of scoring early on, and that would be just amazing. If we could score in the first like 8 or 9 minutes, it would be dreamland, because I think that demoralises them as well, especially considering that they are very, very much on the brink of relegation with this game. So hopefully Leeds do enough to win this one. Welcome everybody who has just joined us. We've just been through the lineups, but we will go through them again just before kickoff as well. But I am very, very looking forward to this. Hopefully Leeds do my prediction of winning 2-0. A couple of people have said 4-0. If you're just joining us, get your predictions in for the game. I think we're going to win 2-0 and Calvert-Lewin's going to score at least one of them, which would be fantastic. Okafor having scored those 2 goals, I'm going to have a look at who scored the most goals this season. So, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 29 games, 10 goals. Noah Okafor, 25 games, 6 goals. Lucas Mecha, 25 games, 6 goals. Brendan Aronson, 31 games, 4 goals. Anton Stack, 26 games, 4 goals. Joe Rodon, 29 games, 2 goals. Altanaka, 22 games, 2 goals. Jaden Bogle, 30 games, 1 goal. Ampadu, 1 goal. Justin, 1 goal. Biol, 1 goal. Longstaff, 1 goal. You just can't believe that Goodmanson hasn't got an assist, can you? But Brendan Aronson, 31 games played, 4 assists. Anton Stack, 26 games, 3 assists. Ilya Gruev, 22 games, 3 assists. Sean Longstaff, 18 games, 2 assists. And then there's a load of people just with 1 assist at the moment as well. So hopefully some of those players add to those statistics today. Welcome everybody who's just joining us. Now, I will say, there is not much point winning that Man United game if you're going to then come and lose this. The whole point of that is that we didn't think we'd get anything from it. So if you then go and get something from this, it's a massive bonus. If you don't, that's just kind of the expected win from this game, is the way I'm looking at it. So this is a huge game. We have to go out there and do a good job. Leeds players and mascots just going and shaking hands with all of the referees and the opposition. Leeds lineup then, as we mentioned before, we'll go through again as it's coming up on the screen. Darlow in goal, Justin, Biol and Strout make up the back 3 with Bogle and Goodmanson as wing backs. In that midfield, you have Ampadu, Tanaka, and then ahead of them, Aronson and Okafor in behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin. On the bench for Leeds United, Lucas Perry, Sebastian Bornau, Joe Rodon makes a return to the squad. Longstaff, Gruev, Nonto, Buonanotte is on the bench alongside Piru and Mecha as some more attacking options. That's the way it looks for Leeds United this afternoon. A good lineup, very, very similar to the one that started against Man United. In fact, I think it might be unchanged. If I'm correct, I think it might be unchanged. Yeah, Goodmanson was fantastic in this game as well. I think if we win at all, Wolves are down. But when you look at the Wolves lineup, Bentley in goal, similar situation to us with the lineup. Bueno and Krejci play alongside Totti in a back 3. Yeah, it is Santiago Bueno. Krejci and Totti in the back 3. In the wing backs positions, it's Chachua and Hugo Bueno. In the midfield 2, Andre and Joao Gomez. Joao Gomez was the one I was saying before that Leeds would do well to pick up. Bellegarde and Angel Gomez look like they're the ones who are going to sit in behind Adam Armstrong, who is a very championshipy striker. Now, even if he scores today, I'm not going to regret that because he is a championshipy striker. On their bench, Brooks, Wolf, Hwang, Arakadare, Lima, Rodrigo Gomez, Mane, Olagunju, and Edozie. That is the lineup for Wolves and the bench for Wolves as well. Let's go back to the Leeds lineup because we all know that's what we all want to see. Hello, everybody who is joining us. Welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members. Welcome to all of our non-members as well, our regular subscribers. And if you do want to pick yourself up or a family member, if you've got a birthday for a kid or anything like that, or you want one for yourself, my Etsy store is in the link in the description down below where I have designed Leeds United artwork that I can print and ship out to you. But today We are looking at Leeds United versus Wolves in the Premier League in a huge game in our season, especially after that win against Man United. This win today, if we can get it, would be huge for our season, taking us on to 39 points. And we are off. Here's Bentley with the ball for Wolves. Long ball forward. Dealt with well there by Yacobiol, who sends the ball forward. Back by Krejci. Headed away by Ampadu. Last time out, Leeds won 3-1 against Wolves. And Okafor's already in behind here. Okafor across to Calvert-Lewin. Good save by Bentley in the end. Ball still bouncing around. Calvert-Lewin feels like he was maybe tripped in the box there when he tried to finish that off, but that was a very early chance for Leeds. Just one long header, and the ball bounced all the way through to Okafor, who squared it across to Calvert-Lewin, but yeah, unlucky there in the end. Calvert-Lewin, the goalkeeper, read it well. Hi, Michael. Welcome to everybody who is joining us. Tanaka with a good challenge there. Aronson, back to Tanaka. Now Okafor. Across to Goodmanson. Goodmanson with a quite heavy touch out to the wing. Crosses it back into the box. Headed away by Krejci. Ampadu now to Bogle on the right-hand side. Leeds started very well here. High tempo. Justin into the box. Poor cross. Cleared away. Oh, Justin's picked it back up again here. Now Okafor. Ball attempted to clear there by Wolves, and eventually Leeds get the ball back again. Here's Strauch. Now Goodmanson with a cross. Poor cross in the end, and the goalkeeper can catch it. Fantastic flying start there for Leeds, really. I couldn't believe that. We nearly scored in like a minute. Here come Wolves, though, down the opposite end. Goodmanson with a great bit of defending there. It's a corner there. Yeah, good shout, Pierre. If you see a goal ahead of me, please don't say it in the chat until I've reacted to it. Wolves are playing in the same system as we are, Michael, so in this case, we can't really complain too much about the way that they're playing, because we do the exact same thing. Hi, Damien. Welcome. Cross comes into the box here from Wolves. Away by Strauch, but only for another corner. Second corner in a row here for Wolves. I think Rob Edwards was out in Manchester last night at some sort of boxing event or UFC event or something until 11 p.m. So someone put it on Twitter earlier. We need it too, Damien. We need to guarantee our survival, which this game doesn't even, so we still need to win it. Okafor's clearance doesn't go very far, but it goes very high. One back here. Here comes Andre. Bentley now with the ball, just waiting for a bit of pressure from Calvert-Lewin, then gives it to Totti. Krejci. Back now to Bentley. Cleared long. Good header by Yacobiol. Ball bouncing. Krejci once more. Was a very good start from Leeds, but it is it has slowed down a bit and become a little bit scrappy. That's a fantastic ball over the top there from Wolves, but Yacobiol is able to sweep it up in the end. Here's Goodmanson. Sends that one down the line towards Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin fouled and a free kick to Leeds. Yeah, he's just grabbed a big hold of him there, Totti, and Calvert-Lewin goes down to the ground. Free kick to Leeds just inside the Wolves half, and Tanaka takes it quickly. No delivery forward at this time. Here's Biel. Now Bogle. Beal. Bit of a heavy challenge there by Adam Armstrong as Beal was trying to clear it. Volume is low. That must be on your end because it's the same as the last stream, Anto. Hold on, let me just check on mine. Yeah, mine. It's. I think it must be at your end. Good header by Beal there. Really strong defensive header. Here's Krejci. Ball knocked back to Bentley, who sends that one long again. Beal. Now Justin. Tanaka with a little header on. Krejci runs that one out into touch, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds. No worries, Anto. Don't need to apologise. I mean, literally the rule is that if you pull somebody's hair, it's violent conduct. And the amount of people who have disputed that, but it's like it was in a completely innocuous area of the pitch. There was no need to do it. It wasn't like it was a desperate attempt to get the ball. Like it was just him winning it was literally just him trying to win the ball in a midfield area, like trying to hold up a long ball. And he just pulled his hair for no reason. There was no reason for his hand to be that high. Beal. Now Strauch. Tanaka. Back to Beal. Leeds just slowing things down a little bit here. Here's Ampadu. Switched ball out to Gabriel Goodmanson. Back to Strauch. All the way back to Darlow now, who apparently has been linked with a move to Spurs. Now, if they go down to the Championship, it's probably a good signing for them, but I don't know what Leeds will do. I don't know whether Leeds will try and... If Darlow goes, I don't know whether we'll sign a backup goalkeeper and Perry will be the starter or what, but... Or we'll sign another one and Perry will stay as backup. To be fair, goalkeepers are usually pretty chill about things like that, and you do get some arrogant ones, but for the most part, they don't mind being second fiddle and being an extra coach and supporting the other goalkeeper. And here's Okafor on the other wing. Ball into the box. Away by Bueno there, as I think it was Aronson that was running in at the back post. It was, yeah. Aronson had drifted out to the wing and came inside just as Okafor crossed it, and he just wasn't quite as alive to it as he needed to be. Corner though to Leeds. Obviously something that we've done well from this season, but in the second half of the season we just don't seem to actually score many corners anymore. Let's hope that changes now with this Tanaka corner. Tanaka's ball into the box. Header over the bar there. I think it was James Justin. It was. Yeah, Tanaka puts it into the box. It gets flicked on there by Strauch, I think, and then... No, it hits the back of... It hits the back of one of the Wolves players and then ends up at Justin's forehead, and he just puts it wide. Well, the funny thing is that they appealed the decision for his 3-match ban, and he's still got the 3-match ban, so that's funny. And we can all laugh at them. Ball comes straight up in the air. Good tackling there by Tanaka. Not according to the referee, though. Yeah, Kaz saying Tanaka floats corners, not so good for power headers. Yeah, with a floated one, it's kind of the same as your long throwing, isn't it? You're just hoping for something to drop for you in the box, whereas when you put a bit of pace on it, somebody like Calvert-Lewin or Beal or whoever it is, they don't have to generate the power themselves. They can just redirect it. We lack that a little bit with Tanaka's set piece taking. Okafor, he's really good bit of play from him just to gain Leeds a lot of distance there up that wing. Cat keeps coming and meowing at me even though it's an hour before she gets her food. She always does this. She learnt when the clocks went back, by the way, because she used to, before the clocks went back or forward or whichever one they did, she'd come in at like 3 o'clock when she gets fed at 4. But then for a couple of days when the clocks changed, she didn't start meowing until about 4 o'clock. But now she's learned that the clocks have changed and she comes in an hour before again. She's very clever. She comes in an hour before and starts meowing at me, so I'll feed them at half time, both of them. Here's Tanaka with a poor touch there, picked up by Wolves once again. Now Totti. Totti once more. His long ball cut out there by James Justin, then headed away by Bogle. That's going to be a throw-in as Gomez takes the ball off him. Here is Gomez once more. Wolves just trying to work something down that right wing. It's a very good little chipped ball into the wing area where the cross comes in, though, and Darlow can just catch it. Here's Strauch. Strauch with a little lofted ball down the line. Header inside by Goodmanson. Doesn't quite make it to Calvert-Lewin's feet. Bellegarde. Tackled there by Tanaka. Now Aronson. Does the right thing and plays the ball out wide to Bogle. Now Ampadu. Back out wide to James Justin. Justin with an early cross into the box. It's a very good cross, you know. Calvert-Lewin, it was a very good bit of defending from Wolves, but Calvert-Lewin would have been there if not for that header defensively. Yeah, it's a good cross there by Justin and headed away by Totti. Otherwise, Calvert-Lewin's heading that. Tanaka then with the corner kick. Ball into the box. Whip Strauch! Oh my God, off the line. Comes back across the box by Calvert-Lewin. Comes across the face of the goal, sorry. And it's off the line. Ampadu shoots. Blocked by Krejci. Now Goodmanson. Tanaka. Goodmanson can't quite get that one back. It's away by Andre, but then played back out for a throw-in to Leeds, and Ampadu will go across and take it. That was very close. I think we're just watching the... Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I don't think it was going in anyway. Do you know what? That makes me feel a bit better because that wasn't actually going in. Ampadu then with the throw-in. Ball cleared away there by Andre or João Gomez. One of them. Goodmanson. Strauch. Leeds just trying to slowly build something here. There's been good signs from Leeds. Tanaka loses the ball there. Ampadu. I think it was probably Tanaka's fault, but it was Ampadu who lost it. Ball down the line here towards Bellegarde. Now João Gomez. Out wide to Bueno. Ball crossed into the box. Away by Goodmanson. Tackle in there by Goodmanson is adjudged to be a foul by the referee. And there's going to be a free kick here for Wolves. Hit that like button if you haven't already, everyone. And make sure if you're new here, you hit the sub button as well. But yeah, that was a foul by Goodmanson. Free kick is going to be taken by Angel Gomez. Cross into the box. It's very deep. Shocking. Goes out for a throw-in on the other side. Do you know what? I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that because that's a dangerous situation against most Premier League sides, and he's just lumped it over absolutely everybody. Calvert-Lewin just chasing down Totti here. Plays that all the way back to Bentley. Is Totti also called Totti Gomez? Because that would mean, what, 4 Gomezes in the squad? 4 Gomezes, 2 Buenos. There was a slip there from Krejci, and Aronson's in down the right-hand side. If he can... He never wants to cross it, Aronson. Good pass from him, though. Bogle. It's going to be a Leeds corner kick. Tanaka goes across to take it again. I wouldn't mind seeing somebody like Goodmanson on one of these corners, especially from the right-hand side, whipping it in with his left. A bit of an in-swinger. Just allows them to, like, glance it then rather than having to put it back at goal. Tanaka then with the corner. Floated again. Biol. Ball into the box. Saved by Bentley. It's a really good save. Bicycle kick! James Justin's just scored a bicycle kick! Leeds are 1-0 up at Elland Road! What a goal! What a goal! Come on, Leeds! Come on! Absolutely class. James Justin has just bicycle kicked it into the back of the net. Leeds lead at Elland Road, and you can't say we haven't deserved it. We've been pushing for it and pushing for it. The first one nearly scored. Ampadu against the goalkeeper. Ball up in the air. James Justin, he's going to be absolutely buzzing with that. It's not about Wolves, Damien. We don't... To be quite blunt, we couldn't give a shit about Wolves. It's more that this could mean almost our survival if we win this game. Yeah, I don't think they were expecting that, and he just bicycle kicked it in the net. I bet he can't believe it himself. Oh, he's given the ball away again here. Here's Aronson down the right-hand side. Aronson, cross into the box towards the back post. Okafor! It's 2-0! Come on! 2-0 to Leeds. We are in dreamland. 2 goals in 2 minutes. As it stands, we're up to 39 points. As it stands, we're up to 39 points. 9 points clear of Spurs. At this rate, we could... I mean, actually, never mind. I was going to say, at this rate, we could overtake Crystal Palace, but they've only played 31. It's a really good ball from Aronson. He just sees Okafor's run at the back post. The goalkeeper hesitates, and it just is a really, really good... a really good ball and a really good finish by Okafor. That's 3 goals in 2 games now for Okafor. Fantastic for him. And then Okafor decides to do a dance after scoring. Still going here. Leeds have won the ball back. Here's Aronson. Foul by Ampadu. Free kick to Wolves. It's a really good pass by Aronson. A really, really good pass. He's Krejci. Well, I tell you what, by the way, we did it against Man United. We've done it against Wolves. If we can keep going 2 goals up in games, I don't mind that at all. He's Totti. Now Gomez. Good ball over the top here. And he's fallen over there, the Wolves number 38. Oh, now he's taking a terrible touch. Chachua, that's who it is. That looked very championship. No, that looked very League One. Got into in a good position, fell over, passed it back to someone, then they passed it to him and he took a terrible touch and it went out. Leeds have had 9 attempts and 4 on target, and Wolves have had 0 and 0 on target. Oh, they've given the ball away again. Here's Okafor. Okafor with a nutmeg there, and then Tanaka can't quite keep it in as he chips it through the gap. Look, didn't I say, by the way, didn't I say that if we press like we did against Man United, I reckon we can score within the first 10 minutes, and look at us. CB, thank you so much for the £5 super chat and welcome to the stream. Just got in and saw 2-0 up already. Get in predicting 4-0. That would be amazing, especially for our goal difference as well, because that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Let's get along to that. There we go. Make sure everybody likes the super chats as well. Thanks, CB. I really appreciate that. But yeah, 2 really good goals as well. A bicycle kick from James Justin and a really well-placed cross from Aronson, finished off by Okafor. I never liked that lavender 3rd shirt, the one that we stayed up against Brentford in. I just saw someone wearing it there. It just, I don't know. Even the weird, funky shirt, 3rd shirt this season, I still feel looks like a Leeds shirt. Good ball forward there. Adam Armstrong, really good bit of defending. Adam Armstrong was in behind there, and a diving header by James Justin puts it behind the goal. Well, are you mathematically relegated if you lose this game, or if you lose this game and Spurs win, or get a draw? Corner here. Hugo Bueno to take it. See, that's a better corner, whipped in like that. Ball wobbling around. Adam Armstrong blocked by Leeds. Okafor needs to try and clear it. He hasn't managed to. They get the ball back here again. Another cross attempted. It only goes as far as the edge of the box. Blocked by Tanaka. Good tackle by Bogle. Leeds might be in but here if we can keep going. Good ball by Bogle. Now Okafor down the left-hand side. He's charging forward. Okafor across the face of goal. Goalkeeper is able to just catch that in the end. I don't know if he just... Long clearance there. Good look. Beal just takes the ball away from Gomez with ease. Calvert-Lewin holding it up, trying to poke it back to Aronson. He felt he was being held there. Aronson might be able to win the ball back here. Dodgy bit of defending again from Wolves. Leicester lost again, probably relegated to League One. What a shame. Yeah, after their attitude. By the way, someone said the other day that the Premier League's going to experience how horrendous Coventry fans and how delusional Coventry fans are. I thought, I've never heard of a Coventry fan in my life, and I've never seen them piping up anywhere. But there's some guy that's saying that all the little clubs like Leeds are going to get... Coventry? They might have won stuff 100 years ago, but, like, Jesus, like, there's knowing your place and there's knowing your place. All right, Luna, I'll feed you at half-time, don't worry. 20 minutes. Do you understand that? You don't speak human, do you? Here's Hugo Bueno. Now Andre. Picked up again here by Bueno. Bueno with an outside of the foot pass, but cut out there by James Justin. Bogle wins, Leeds a throw in. We adopted her, Ollie, and she already had the name. But also, Luna just means moon in many different languages. There's no Bielsa to go up against Frank Lampard, but I still think there'll be a bad reception for him at Elland Road. Yes, Pierre. I think either Wolves fans are sarcastically cheering and olaying their own passes, or it's Leeds fans sarcastically olaying Wolves passes. And I can't work out which one's which and which one's more interesting. Good little turn there from Angel Gomez, but it bounced through. To Darlow with ease. James Justin with a clearing header. Leeds trying to get the ball away here. Bogle fouled in the end. Wins Leeds a free kick. Krejci gone down there holding his shin, and Bogle's in a bit of pain as well here. It's really weird because she really moans at me when I haven't fed her, whereas the little one, he just doesn't care about it. He doesn't meow until I go and get it, and then if we don't separate them, he will eat his and eat hers as well. Krejci's still just sorting out his shin pads, or the toothpick that he's put in his sock to pretend to be a shin pad. They get some weird things in their head, don't they? Footballers. About ripping the back of the socks so it doesn't cause cramp, or having tiny shin pads because big shin pads slow them down. I've never heard such tripe in all my life. It doesn't make any difference. Good turn by Tanaka. Away from Chachua. Or Bellegarde, actually, I think that was. Problem with Wolves for me when commentating is that they've had such a turnover of players in the last couple of years that every time we play them, their lineup is completely unrecognisable and I don't know any of the players. Ampadu carrying that ball forward. Out to Bogle. Now Ampadu again. All the way back to Strauch. Goodmanson charging forward. Drops it off to Okafor. Okafor just slowing things down. Gives the ball to Tanaka. Back all the way again to Strauch and then Biol. Foul. Leeds had a bit of an advantage there, but there was a foul against the Leeds man, and it's going to be a free kick. Bogle keeps... no, it was Aronson this time. Yeah, nice little flick by Aronson, but just completely tripped there by Krejci. Right, just chill out, okay? Newcastle are 1 down. Against Bournemouth they're playing it, aren't they? Yeah, Bournemouth. Tanaka then with the cross. Deep in towards the back post. Caught there by Bentley. Easy for him in the end to get that. He's just fallen over onto the ball there, the Wolves player, and Leeds have been given a free kick. Well, we haven't guaranteed survive relegation yet. We're very pessimistic as Leeds fans, but we don't like to say it's over until it's over. I'd like to get another 3 points on the board at least. That Burnley game's looking tasty as the 3. Here's Calvert-Lewin. Bogle. I agree with Farker as well about the performances this season, that we should be higher than we are. Like, when you look at the Bournemouth game at Elland Road that we threw away right at the end, you look at the Fulham game that Goodmanson headed it into his own net right at the end. I think the Spurs game we were pretty good in as well and ended up losing. Like, there's been a lot of games where it easily could have gone the other way. You can if you want, Pierre, but I'm not sure it'll make much difference. Here's Tanaka. Now Biol. At least you've stopped meowing, eh? Tanaka, back to Biol. Right, go on then. Stop meowing at me. Here's Goodmanson. Now Ampadu. Okafor. Ball by him down the channel there is a very good one for Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin chasing that down. I think it's going to be a Leeds corner. Apparently it already went out before the Wolves player touched it, so it's going to be a Wolves goal kick. I think Calvert-Lewin has just not got the ability to run with the ball. Yes, usually it's Jose Sarr, isn't it, in the Wolves goal? Just seeing him up in the stands, really. At the moment, 48 is mathematically safe. Bloody hell! Obviously that'll get less as the season continues. Yeah, they're on about. Well, Spurs fans are saying, "Oh, go down to the Championship, keep Archie Gray, he'll be the." But how? Like, they were in a Archie Gray was in a championship winning side and like the best side in the championship, and then didn't, like, he wanted Premier League. So what makes Spurs fans think that he's going to... I know they're probably pretty much guaranteed to only be there for one season, but that's what people said about Leeds when we went away for 16 years. That's what people said about Leeds. Here's Angel Gomez. Hugo Bueno battling against Bogle there. Yeah, look, I'm definitely all for picking up Hugo Bueno from Wolves as a backup to Goodmanson. We want Burnley to win. Keep them all as far away from Leeds as possible. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Mateus Mane is apparently have given some instruction from the Wolves bench. Throw in into the box here by Wolves, away by Strauch. Aronson's going to try and chase it down. Here's Hugo Bueno. Now Krejci tries to whip it in. Bounces over everybody. Ends up over on the opposite wing here. Bellegarde looking to try and cross it into the box. He's played it over absolutely everybody for a throw-in on the other side. It's just a lack of quality. It's just a lack of quality for Wolves in those deliveries, in those places where they need to deliver a decent set piece or a decent cross, and the ball just goes over everybody. Yeah, so Angel Gomez is coming off. That is a enforced substitution, though, I think. So there you go. In fact, I'll do what I usually do, and I'll add a little... There you go, so you can see that. Darlow comes and collects that. It was very strange to see Jack Harrison playing in the semi-final of the the quarter-final of the Conference League for Fiorentina. Just like, what is it like? You know, and just like, why do you deserve to be playing in the Conference League? Mateus Mane's first contribution is this cross into the box from the corner, away by Jacobiol, back into the box. It's bobbling around and off the line for a second game in a row by Calvert-Lewin. That was just chaos as the ball came in there. Andre keeps it alive, but now poked away by Goodmanson. Okafor. Oh, Okafor, if it had just kept it in, he would have been in a one-on-one there with Totti. Yeah, Biol heads it away the first time, then the ball's just bobbling around, and Calvert-Lewin just clears it off the line again. I mean, that is exactly why he's there, because he's a big lad that can head the ball away, and he's also exactly kind of in the role that Bamford had for Leeds, where he just headed away so many of those dangerous opportunities from set pieces. Armstrong heads it down to Mateus Mane. It's probably going to be a foul against Wolves there. I thought Leeds had just fouled Mateus Mane, but yeah, I don't really know why he didn't get the free kick. Ampadu just grabs him and then just boots him in the chest. Here's Strauch. Here's Tanaka. Ball into Okafor's feet. Picked up by Goodmanson. Does well there to get the ball to Justin, and Justin's got space to run into here. Oh, he slips there, Justin. Oh, unlucky. Now Adam Armstrong. It'd be nice for Adam Armstrong to have a little Premier League holiday for a while before going back to the Championship. Aronson. Now Bogle. Oh, slips. But Leeds can pick the ball back up through Tanaka. I should have played it into Calvert-Lewin's feet there. Now Strauch. Beal. Justin. Back to Beal again. Nice sunny day at Elland Road. Lots of space over on that opposite wing if we can switch it out. It was Palace, wasn't it, that Fiorentina played, and Palace battered them. Could say please, Derek. Here's Beal. Goodmanson. Great feet there from Okafor. Tries to cross it across, but no, headed away, but only as far as James Justin. Tanaka now. Here's Beal. Wouldn't it be amazing to be safe before the end of the season? Yeah, no worries, Derek. Strauch. Ampadu. Beal. Leeds, I mean, there's not much to commentate on because at the moment Leeds are just kind of stroking the ball around and waiting for half time, to be honest. Strauch. Next game for Wolves is Spurs, then Sunderland. Ours is Bournemouth, isn't it? Yeah, Bournemouth away, which... difficult fixture, but it's not impossible considering we picked up 3 points at Old Trafford. A point at Stamford Bridge. A point at Anfield. Man City and Arsenal are the only ones who haven't really struggled against us this season in terms of like the top six. Bogle with a great ball across the box. It's a really good tackle there by the Wolves man as the ball was rolling across the edge of the box for a really nice strike there for Ampadu, but it's Andre, I think it was, with a sliding challenge. We have got, on paper, the easiest running as well, by the way. Good feet there from Andre. Cleared away by Wolves, but picked up again by Tanaka. Now Beal. Bogle. Little shouldered pass there by Calvert-Lewin. Really good. Gets the ball to Aronson, who goes down in a heap, but no free kick. Beal with a sliding challenge. Good ball as well into Aronson. Okafor, Ampadu, good switch by him. Okafor's making a sprint out to that side. Gets the ball. Okafor. Out to Tanaka, who shoots, blocked there by Andre, I think it was again. 2 minutes added on to this first half. That's going to be a goal kick. Bogle didn't manage to keep it in. What's Stan? It just sounds like you're watching it on a bloke. Long ball forward by Bentley. Headed by Mateus Mane. Let's try to keep it in there, Hugo Bueno. But it is going to be a Leeds throw-in. Bogle to take it. Throw in down the line. Aronson tries to get a foot in there, but away by Totti. Wolves player goes down holding his head here, and I think the referee's going to pause the game. He's on the bench, but I think James Justin is very, very good. But I think in terms of actual physical presence, Rodon is obviously great, but James Justin's really held his own this season. Angel Gomez had a injury, I think, some sort of leg injury, and then was swapped for Mateus Mane. Adam Armstrong down here after a header with our very own slabhead, Jacobiel. His head is like a breeze block. Turning his head left and right here, trying to figure out whether he's got any kind of concussion, Adam Armstrong. Yeah, BL has got an absolutely huge Swede. And he's called Gabriel Goodmanson. Sorry, that was terrible. Here's Darlow. Now BL. Leeds are literally just stroking the ball around like it's a training game, waiting for the timer to be blown. And it is. That is half time. I'll be back very shortly. As you all know, I've got to go and feed the cats. But Leeds going 2-0 up at half-time, which is exactly what you'd have wanted at this stage in the game. Fantastic so far for Leeds. I'll be back very, very shortly. Any questions or any talking points or anything that you want to get in, put them in the chat now and we'll have a crack very, very shortly. Hello, I am back. The first half, Ryan, was fantastic. We were very good. Got 2 goals up and then decided that we were literally just going to back off and kind of play the ball around at the back. 1 second, I'll just let my other half know that I'm live and that I've fed the cat. Yeah, I fed both of them, and I've had to feed them separately because otherwise he will just eat hers. Just watching the goals back now as the first one was blocked and then Okafor kept it alive and James Justin just goes for a bicycle kick. It's an unreal goal. First one is a very good save. Yeah, James Justin pulling out an overhead kick is not on my bingo card for today. Really good finish. I can't believe that Ampadu didn't score from like a yard out either. Okafor just keeps it alive and then James Justin goes for a bicycle kick and just... What a goal. Second goal wasn't bad either, to be honest. Really, really good cross into the box from Aronson on the second one. Aronson, yeah, they just keep giving the ball away to us as well, and Aronson just sees Okafor. Really good vision and a really, really good pass. It's like perfectly weighted for him to run onto it. Oh yeah, Totti just gives the ball straight to Aronson. Aronson down the wing. It's a really, really good cross. Multiple goals for Okafor in recent games now, and it's all looking very good for Leeds at the moment. 5-5 for the last Premier League games. Okafor. Do you know what as well? It's really good that we've emerged into this kind of form at this time of the season, because we seem to have just come into a really good, rich vein of form at just the right time. And if we can hang on to this game, we're 9 points clear of the relegation zone. We're only literally 1 game worse off than Palace and Newcastle, who you would say are nowhere near being in the relegation fight. But realistically as well, like, there is not much of a difference between us and... I know, obviously, we can't catch it by the end of the season, but there is not much of a difference between us and the likes of Chelsea and Brentford, who are in 6th and 7th. It's only 9 points, 3 wins. Can you imagine if we made a late push for Europe? If we just overtook everybody and got 7th right at the end of the season? Oh, it's fine. We'll get European football through winning the FA Cup. Don't worry about that. Harry Gray scored. That's good. He was at the Man United game, wasn't he, the other night, I think. Even, like, the way that they've played Wolves in this game, like, the things that have made them look like a relegation side is the quality of passes, so the set pieces and the crosses into the box that just fly over everybody. And then the defending's not been bad. It's the passing from the defenders where they just keep passing it to Leeds players, and you're just like making a rod for your own back with the way that you're playing. Yeah, like, look at Liverpool. That must be the most any club has ever spent in a transfer window, and they've really not excelled with it. Too much at once, maybe some would say. As it currently stands, 3 points behind Newcastle and Palace. Newcastle have similar level of games left, but Palace's run is difficult. Palace also do have 2 extra games, though, you've got to remember. Palace have got 2 games in hand on us. Hi, Archie. Welcome to the stream, mate. I think we pip Newcastle at this rate. It's not impossible, is it, really? Look, they're on the same amount of games as us, and we only need a 1-game swing for them to lose their next game and for us to win ours. Look, ours is against Bournemouth. Their next game's against Arsenal. If we beat Bournemouth and they lose against Arsenal, then we're on the same amount of points as them. And let's have a look at our goal difference, though. Their goal difference is -3 and ours is -8. So we could be very, very close. If we were to win by 2 goals and they were to lose by 3, for example, we'd be very, very tight on goal difference of going ahead of them. But realistically, like Sunderland talking about how much of a better season than they've had than us. But now it's only like a 2-game swing. Of 2 games and a draw to be on the same amount of points as Sunderland. What? Actually, do you know what? There was a this season. Oh, 1 second. I can't get back far enough. But when we had our 9th place finish, I'm pretty sure we got like 50 odd points, didn't we? Which is way more than what the teams have got in those positions now. Adam saying Spurs beat Man United in the Europa League final, and it looks like championship. You've made the cardinal sin, Adam, though, unfortunately, by referring to Manchester United as if there isn't a Leeds United, Newcastle United, Cambridge United, Oxford United, Carlisle United. Yeah, I only noticed that afterwards, Pierre, because obviously whilst I'm recording it, I'm looking at the thing and just at the viewfinder, so I can't see it as well. Sometimes it's a bit annoying with it finding focus. Looks like Wolves are going to make another substitution. Bloke I've never seen in my life, so let's see who he's coming on for. Number 38 is coming off, which is Chachua. I don't know who that is, so it's not helpful, is it? I need to be able to see who that is to change the lineup. Leeds players are heading back out onto the pitch, by the way. Pedro Lima is the player who came on. Referee just getting ready for the kickoff here. We are underway for the second half here. I don't know what number Pedro Lima is. Calvert-Lewin can't get to that header. Tanaka heads it back towards the box. Calvert-Lewin gets a little shoulder in the back, but not a hair pull this time. Free kick to Wolves as they play that ball out to the right-hand side. He's number 17. There you go, there's the substitution. I'll leave that on the screen for a little bit and then put it back to Leeds in a minute. Oh, Aronson tackled there. Gone down in a heap, Aronson. Justin. Over to Bogle on the halfway line. Back now to Ampadu. Tanaka. Aronson back on his feet again now. Goodmanson. Okafor cuts inside. Poor pass there. Aimed at Calvert-Lewin on the ground, but it just was just short of him. Wasn't a great one. I really don't think there's much joy to be had of playing the ball to Calvert-Lewin at any point other than right in front of goal. Just as he shoves someone and gives away a free kick. I mean, we said that against Man United, didn't we, Karen? That come on, let's get goal number 3 because we really should have had it. And in the end, it was much tighter than it should have been. So hopefully in this game, we actually just go and put it to bed. But I mean, I did predict a 2-0 to Leeds. I think I'd like to see a little bit of Sean Longstaff today because he's not had much game time recently. And he could be a good, useful player in the run-in. I hope you go in wearing some sort of Leeds merch, Andy, because that's your duty as a Leeds fan after beating them, with bragging rights that we haven't had for 45 years after beating them at their spot. Although, we had it in 2010 in the FA Cup, didn't we? Oh, yeah. I can't stand Bruno Fernandes. He's a fantastic footballer. He's created a ridiculous amount of chances this season. But he just whines and whinges about absolutely everything. And he's in their horrible shirt, so that makes it worse. It always upset me a little bit because he played together with Rafinha at Sporting Lisbon. So whenever Leeds would play Man United, when Rafinha was in our squad, they'd be all chummy, and that kind of made me feel a bit sick. Here's Krejci. Charging forward over the halfway line. Drops it back off to Hugo Bueno. Maybe a little pin then, Andy. Why are you still meowing at me? Darlow with the clearance. A little flick by Okafor towards Calvert-Lewin, and Totti Gomez has just kicked it straight up in the air. Now Calvert-Lewin's won it back. Tanaka, Goodmanson. Bit more pressure now from Wolves, as Armstrong ended up straddling Strauch for a second then. Leeds lucky so far. Well, that is definitely an opinion. Do you mean lucky that you've been bad and passed the ball to us and let us score goals? Because that usually means that I'm pretty sure Lima just spat on himself, which is gross. Here's Krejci with a long throw in to take. Long throw in into the box. I mean, that might be a little bit difficult because the sun is in Darlow's eyes there. Done well there, Aronson. Gives the ball to Goodmanson, who sends it long towards Okafor, just not quite long enough. Well, exactly, Cass. I mean, my thinking was, that's any game ever. "5 years, Archie." Here's Adam Armstrong. Little cross into the box. Flicked on by Mateus Mane, and then the ball comes back across, and Mateus Mane fluffs his lines, and Justin can clear it as far as Calvert-Lewin, and then Okafor can pick Ampadu's pass up. We've got into a little bit of a I don't know if a rut is the right word. Like, we've had a slow start to the second half, I'll say, in terms of getting forward and creating any chances or anything like that. So I wouldn't be averse to seeing a couple of substitutions, maybe in 60th, 65th minute. I'd like to see a bit of Nonto, because I don't think he's had enough game time this season, and I think he offers something a bit different in terms of his low centre of gravity. That's it, Pierre, thanks, a lull. And he's able to kind of drop the shoulder and go past people, a bit like Okafor is able to, but it'd give them a headache having to deal with that on both sides. Little chipped ball by Bentley. Is Metra on the bench? I think he is, isn't he? So I wouldn't mind seeing him as well, because I think Calvert-Lewin's obviously, his defensive work is the main thing that he's done this game. He's not been fantastic. Considering that run of games he had where he just kept scoring, he just doesn't seem to have ever got back in the mood for goals like that. Calvert-Lewin with a good sliding challenge. Aronson. When was the last time Calvert-Lewin scored? Can someone remind me, please? And I'm talking about just in the league. Here's Bogle. He tries to get past Krejci, but he takes it away from him, and now Hugo Bueno drops it off with Andre. Now Lima. Krejci. Mateus Mane. Little chipped ball back to Krejci. Aronson just closing down that angle, and it's going to go all the way back to Bentley, and the goal takes quite a heavy touch, and then his clearance isn't a very good one either. Goodmanson gives it to Strauch. Yeah, but how long ago was that, Pierre? Is he on double figures? Oh, I can just check because I've still got that tab open where it said. Yeah, 29 games played, 10 goals. If we could get just a couple more in his final few games, that would really help us out, because he just seems to have gone off the boil a little bit in terms of goal scoring. Here's Darlow. Now Strauch. Ampadu gets it back. Strauch. Good turn by Okafor. Now Goodmanson. Back again. Tanaka with a switch of play. Right into the sun there, but still a good touch by James Justin. Tanaka gives it all the way to Darlow. Leeds are really attempting to just keep the ball and keep it away from Wolves, and just do not much with it. We're content to do that at the moment. Somerville was very, very good for us, David, in the Championship. And ideally, we would have hung on to him for this season, the season where we got promoted. But, I mean, realistically, have we needed him this season? Okafor, I would say, is a similar kind of player. Yeah, February then. It's been a while. Ampadu. Aronson. Calvert-Lewin trying to come forward with it. Good ball to Tanaka, just in front of Tanaka, and then it's a foul by the Japanese international on Bellegarde, and it's going to be a free kick. Here's Totti. Now Krejci. He's come close. He has come close a few times, Goz, hasn't he? But he just needs to put the ball in the back of the net. And I don't think he's a player who ever kind of like when we saw Bamford, it was always a case of him kind of lacking confidence, wasn't it, in games when he had that. But I just think he's Calvert-Lewin's not really that kind of confidence player, but he just needs something to drop for him. Would I bring Ramazani back? Ramazani, I think he does offer something a little bit different from what we've got, just with his sheer pace. Obviously, we've got Dan James, but he's in and out of injuries all the time. But Ramazani is so explosive and rapid that he's able to just beat someone and just absolutely sprint past them. And he scored a couple of goals for Valencia this season. He hasn't exactly lit it up in La Liga, but he's been okay. Someone just got themselves a yellow card. Rob Edwards just got a yellow card and just went. He looks so sad. Yeah, he pulled the shirt a little bit and then... Yeah, I think he wiped out Jacobi all there, which it could have been a nasty one on Biol there, because Biol kind of put a leg out and the full body weight went through him. Goodmanson with the throw-in. All the way to Bentley. Being chased by Aronson. Has Mateo Joseph done okay this season? I haven't really watched our lone players at all. Has he got any goals? I think he scored once or twice, hasn't he? Here's Mane. Tries to play the ball down the line, but Jayden Bogle's doing so well to get away from Bellegarde there, and Bellegarde pulls him down in the end. Injured. That's how much I haven't been paying attention. Darlow then. With the free kick over on the right-hand side. I don't think we'll get hardly any money for any of them, Andy, to be honest. Bogle. Ampadu. Strauch. Okafor. I don't think we really saw enough of Ramazani to know whether he was underrated or overrated, to be honest. I think perhaps it's because there was such a reaction when he was let go on loan, and there was such a huge reaction as if he was some sort of saviour for us this season. He's obviously not that good. Otherwise, we wouldn't be letting him go on loan, and we've done all right without him, so... But Bournemouth are a better side than Newcastle this season, so it's not particularly surprising that they're beating them. BL. I mean, it is at St James's, but... Good little flick by Ampadu there. Now Aronson. Come on, Leeds, just get a third. And Aronson still driving forward, blocked off in the box there. According to The Leeds fans, that should have been a penalty. Not sure that there should be... not sure that should be given, but he did well there, Aronson. He ran from quite a way away and then just ran all the way through into the box. But in the end, Krejci just cuts him off. I think... I didn't see that because we just cut back to it, but I think they've just knocked the ball out for a Leeds goal kick in a undangerous situation. Let's see. Ball was given to Krejci and he just completely misses the ball and it goes out for a Leeds corner. They've done a few of them today. It's like what, like they can't take a touch. Ball comes into the box, punched by the goalkeeper, and then another attempt at a bicycle kick, this time from Ampadu over the bar. I think he thought too highly of himself, Mateo Joseph. Obviously, I'm not inside his head, so that's my opinion. But I think he thought a bit highly of himself that he should have been starting when he needed to earn that spot rather than just be given it. Good ball across the face of goal there by Matheus Mane and then blocked by Gabriel Goodmanson. Look, that could have easily been a goal there for Wolves. We need to be careful. And every single time that we have issues, it's with a long ball over the top, which traditionally, since we've gone to a back three, has been our best kind of defensive attribute, is ball over the top. We head it away and deal with it very well, but they're long balls we've just not dealt with very well. Cross into the box, header. That is an unbelievable save by Carl Darlow. That is a world-class save by Carl Darlow, by the way. Ball whipped into the box. Krejci gets the header, and Darlow, with an outstretched hand, whips it over the bar. That is a really, really good bit of goalkeeping. Matheus Mane whips it in, and again, it's a cross that goes over everybody and goes out for a goal kick. That's a really, really, really good save by Darlow. But like Pierre and Karen are saying, we can't keep letting them have chances like this. We've just given the ball away again. Okafor, who's now down off the pitch. Good tackle by Strauch. I'd just like us to go and score another, to be honest. Krejci is going to try and take a long throw in here. He's just swapped which ball he wants to use. Excuse me. That's how the game's going in the second half. It's making me yawn. Nothing to do with the fact I've been up since 6:30. Leeds trying to clear the ball away. Good foot there by Bogle, and Leeds are on the attack. Still going, Jayden Bogle. Good challenge from Matheus Mane. Bogle should have released the ball way earlier. Ball forward towards Adam Armstrong. Biol gets there ahead of him. Good defending from him. Goodmanson now. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, I would like to see a bit of Wilfred Gnonto. Oh, he's getting warmed up now. Or getting his shirt on now. Goodmanson. Oh, tries to play it down the line. Blocked, and it's going to be another Leeds throw-in. Because it is, the thing is as well, we always, as football fans, we always want the thing that's not happening. So when we're 2-0 up, it's, oh, let's go and get a third goal. But if we were going and getting a third goal and we didn't manage to get it and we kept giving away chances at the back and conceded, then we'd all be saying, oh, we should be defending this lead rather than going, why are we trying to kill the game when we're already 2-0 up? We just want whatever we haven't got at the moment. So you have to be aware that it's risky to try and go and get the third goal. But also, teams do come back into games, and Wolves have, whilst they've been poor overall this season, they're still a Premier League side, and they haven't been bad over the last few weeks and months, ignoring the West Ham game, of course. Another long throw in here, this time from Leeds. Ampadu with a throw in into the box. Ball bobbling round, away, only as far as Bogle, who just, well, he puts snow on it there. He hits it so high. Away by Totti. Good foot there by Tanaka. Tanaka fouled, and a free kick to Leeds. Chance to get the ball in the box. Looks like there's a couple of substitutions. So Okafor is going to come off for Leeds. Goal scorer for Leeds. And it is going to be Wilfried Gnonto who comes on to replace him. There we go. You should all be able to see that now. Yep, Gnonto has come on. Bellegarde has also come off for another Gomez, I think. However, I'm just going to stick with the Leeds team now. So Gnonto on for Leeds. Tanaka is going to try and put this ball into the box now. Calvert-Lewin with the poor header. I mean, the thing is, I know like what you're saying, Pierre, but they quite literally are a Premier League team as of right now. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin just heads it down into the ground. Should have tried to put it back across the goal there. Yeah, Okafor's the sort of player who can create something out of nothing. However, his last couple of goals have all been just a great finish. Whereas the kind of what you expect from him is to kind of go past one, bend it in the far corner or something like that. But yeah, Longstaff, I would like to see a bit of Longstaff. I said that before because I think he could be a really good player for us in the running. Having him come in and solidify you in midfield, he's got the legs to do that running. Apparently, there's a bit of a high foot there from Calvert-Lewin as he just caught Totti as he tried to clear it away. Yeah, I'd like Gnonto to get a goal as well. I think he's perhaps been underutilised this season. However, who are we to say that if Leeds have eventually got to this position? That's a fantastic bit of play from Wolves there. But it's going to be a free kick to Leeds right in the middle of the box on the 6-yard line. I don't know about Stack, but I imagine he'll probably be back before the end of the season. It's a really good back heel from Hugo Bueno and then a good cross across the box, but Lima actually fouls who was it that he fouled? I think it was Goodmanson. Yeah, and he can't get near it anyway. Darlow with the free kick then. He's just sending everybody forward because Wolves were pressing him. He's just going to give it a hoof. Newcastle equalised. It's a throw into Wolves there. Daniel Farker certainly thinks it should have been a throw into Leeds, but then he's going to, isn't he? Ball across by Totti to Krejci. Ball cut out by Bogle, and then Wolves do win it back, though. Here's Hugo Bueno. Charging forward here, Bueno, who definitely is... Oh, he's just missed the target there. I was going to say he's definitely been their best player. The ball bobbled through there to the new Gomez, who's just come on, who just puts it wide. I mean... like from that position, He's got to be scoring. He really, really should be scoring from that position. Here's Strauch giving it to Darlow. No Ampadu. Strauch. Goodmanson. Let's not play out from the back like that in this situation. The new Gomez. There's so many of them, Damien, that I'm like... I can't keep track of how many Gomez's there are. I think that one was called Pedrinho Gomez. 2 Wolves players just fell over each other there. Yeah, look, I don't think there's too much merit to keeping Calvert-Lewin on the pitch. He doesn't look like getting on the end of anything at the moment. I wouldn't mind seeing Mecha come on. Header away by Totti. Cleared by Krejci. Shout out to Ankalima12 with the £3 super chat. Leeds need to get a grip and score a third and then put it to bed. Aronson. Oh, Aronson just got up and shoved a Wolves player in the back there. He's going to get himself a yellow card there. He thinks that he's just been absolutely... He's had studs raked down the back of his legs there, Aronson. I think he's fuming about it. Nonto is just pulling the shirt of Andre to stop him going mad. But yes, thank you for the super chat. Everyone liked the super chat. I got distracted there because Aronson, for the first time ever, who usually just gets up and walks away, got up and went and pushed a player in the back who's still down on the ground now, which, ridiculous. You get pushed over, you can get up. Like, what are we talking about here? These are grown adults. And he's getting medical staff to come on when he got, what? Do you think he's got whiplash from bloody Brendan Twig Arms Aronson pushing him? Yeah, Aronson's getting a yellow card for his reaction. However, yeah, the commentator is saying he should be embarrassed by his reaction, laying on the ground, 6'3" defender after a little push from out. Why is he holding the back of his head? That is, the commentator is saying exactly what I just said about the whiplash thing. When we watched the replay, but it didn't show the actual challenge. Like, there was other players in the way. I didn't see the actual challenge of what Krejci did to the back of Aronson, but it must have been something to rile him up because Aronson usually just gets up and walks away and never starts any beef, but he just came and shoved him in the back. Commentator saying a small chance he might be able to carry on. I like these Irish commentators. They're very, very sarcastic and they have a laugh. That I'm listening to on the radio. Are they having a VAR over what Krejci did to him, or...? They're holding his neck like he actually has whiplash. Why is Aronson now stood there looking at him like... It's just... Aronson just kind of awkwardly standing there. Now he's apologising, Aronson. Looks like he's going to cry, Krejci. Come on. He can't quite believe what I'm seeing. Let's see from a proper angle here. They're making a substitution. They're bringing on Hwang Hee-chan, who Leeds were linked with. Yeah, true, Anto. Does take a whacking, doesn't he, Aronson, at times? Tanaka with the free kick towards the back post. Biol heads it back across. It's hit a Wolves player and it's going to be a Leeds corner. He's actually been taken off Krejci as well after little old Aronson gave him a shove. Corner kick to Leeds then. Tanaka then with the corner kick. 2 arms up as he goes to deliver it into the box towards the front post. Flicked on by a Wolves player. Picked up over on the opposite side by Goodmanson. Tackle by Mateus Mane, and it's going to be a goal kick, unfortunately, not a corner. I don't think Nonto's touched the ball yet. I genuinely don't think Nonto's touched the ball yet. Leeds are going to make a substitution there. Looks like Ilya Gruev is going to come on. I imagine probably for Tanaka. Referee is just sorting out with something with the assistant, I think. Assistant referee's having to walk across the pitch. Every individual player is asking the linesman what the issue is. Still don't know. It's Aronson that's going to come off then. Maybe he saw his tensions flare up a little bit there and he wants to change it. Let's put him on. Gruev, number 44. There you go. Assistant referee Matthew Wilkes is making way. So that means the 4th official is now going to become the linesman. No, he's swapping. Commentator thought it was the... This is going to mean another bloody 10 minutes injury time. This is all going to be added on to the game. He's just having to swap jackets with him. What on earth is happening? Why is the 4th official switching with the linesman? Oh my God, now they're sorting out it. Like, genuinely, this is going to be ages, and we're just seeing shots of the... There must be so much pressure when an entire stadium is just watching you get your referee's kit on and waiting for you to get back on the pitch. Everybody's just stood there watching. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Like, well, obviously that's an exaggeration, but this is very strange. It was a shockwave. Pierre says it was the shockwaves from the push. What is going on? He's having to bloody mic him up now as well, which is going to take him 14 weeks. Look at the replays of the goals in the first half. Yeah, I imagine there'll probably be 10 minutes added on. Oh my God, he's still getting ready. What on earth? We're waiting so long for this. Well, Leeds fans are just kind of watching them from behind, like, what is taking so long? I didn't know that. We haven't gone back to back with wins at any point in the entire season. We've had strings of games where we haven't been defeated, where we've like drawn one, won one, drawn one, won one. But the assistant is finally coming on. So the fourth official has now replaced the linesman. And all the Leeds fans are going, oh, and when he gets on the touchline, they're all going to go, way. How's he not smiling when the entire stadium are going, oh, and then when he got to it, they went, way. Well, we're underway again, and we're probably going to have a lot of minutes added on, but here's a goal kick from Bentley. Do you remember David Bentley? Excellent free kick taker. Could have been the next David Beckham, and ended up not really reaching the heights that he perhaps should have. Goodmanson. Strouk with the ball towards Nonto that's just pounded off his chest. So ball knocked through. He's in on goal here, Adam Armstrong. That's 2-1. However, the linesman's flag has gone up. He did seem to be in a lot of space, especially when Jakobiol beat him in a foot race earlier in the game. For him to be that far ahead of everyone. He was on almost on line with Strouk, but I think he was just off. It's a very good finish, by the way. A very good finish, but I think he was offside in the end. Yeah, definitely ruled out now. Darlow sends that long. Towards Calvert-Lewin, who gets the header. Now Gruev. Wolves managed to keep it in, but Leeds have it back, although Calvert-Lewin's given it away, and now a clearance has been headed away by Biol. Another ball forward once more by Wolves. Ampadu just hoofs it long. Nonto might be able to get there, you know. He can. Oh, he's let it go out for a throw-in, Nonto. That's way further back. Thank you. Referee blows his whistle and says it's further back. I think as well, by the way, this referee's been pretty good today. Don't know what anybody else thinks, but I haven't particularly seen any decisions that I'm not happy with. Good tackle there by Gabriel Goodmanson, but it's a throw-in again to Wolves. That's a foul throw-in by Wolves, but not given by the referee. Calvert-Lewin's just bounced himself off Bueno at the back and gone down. I think it was quite tight, you know, the offside. I wasn't, Damien. That was the comparisons at the time when he played for Blackburn and Spurs. David Bentley was compared to David Beckham, saying he would be the next David Beckham, but he never really reached those heights. Adam Armstrong is going off, I think. Or is that just, are we just seeing a shot of him running for no reason? Yeah, I'd like to see Liam saying that DCL needs resting. I'd like to see Metcha get a bit of game time in this one. think towards the end, just the last kind of 15 minutes here, because I imagine we've probably got about 10 added on. Tanaka's cross into the box, punched away by Bentley, only as far as Goodmanson, who sends it all the way back to Bogle on the halfway line. Ball forward by Bogle to Nonto, and now Strauch! Strauch with a great strike from just inside the box. It just curls away from that far post, though. Pierre with the £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Pierre, saying, I wonder if this match ends before Spurs play. I think it might do. Just about, though. And then they've got that psychologically on them as well. Leeds getting even further away. Thank you so much for the super chat, Pierre. Away by Gruev. Quite often take Dominic Calvert-Lewin off for Mitchell, to be fair, Yorkie. Switch out to the right-hand side. Oh, with the extra time, you're saying, Pierre. I know what you mean now. Goodmanson fouled there by Mateus Mane, and they're going to be very frustrated with that because it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Goodmanson's gone down with cramp. Waste a bit more time. You see, you want to be doing this after the after the 90 minutes is up, so that you're wasting the injury time, because otherwise this will all just get added back on. They tend to add less back on in the injury time itself. I think 9 minutes added on is my prediction. Long ball forward. By the way, have we had a single VAR decision in this game? Ball forward out to the right-hand side. And it's gone out when it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. It wasn't VAR though. It wasn't VAR, Pierre. It was just flag went up. Referee said okay, and then no, it's semi-automated offsides, isn't it? So there was no VAR. They just checked it. Nonto nearly getting on the end of that, but Bentley can come out and clear it. It's going to be another Leeds throw-in though. Just winding down that clock. Totti plays that all the way back to Bentley. Bentley tries to send that long. Well, VAR check everything. They check every goal, but they didn't go to the screen. There was no delay. He put his flag up. The referee blew his whistle, said offside, and then about 5 minutes later we were shown the automated offside software. So I wouldn't class it as a VAR. There was no stoppage, so thrown by Goodmanson, cleared away by Bueno. Ball all the way back to Bentley again as he slips over. Yeah, in terms of the delay, I meant Pierre, because I don't think it'll be delayed. Oh, Gruev, that's a very poor pass. Trying to recover for it now, though. Doing well, Gruev, just to try and force them back, but we shouldn't give them the ball away there. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in. 10 minutes added on. There you go. 10 minutes added on. So we'll be playing to the 100th minute. It's going to be a Wolves throw-in just outside the technical area. Whoa, 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 whoa. That throw-in is way further back than that. The referee allowed that one to happen as well. Goodmanson gives it a hoof forward. Calvert-Lewin goes down off the ball. Yeah, Santiago Bueno pulls Calvert-Lewin to the ground there, and a free kick to Leeds just inside the Leeds half, but it does relieve a bit of pressure there as well. Well, Sean Longstaff is going to make his way onto the pitch eventually. I imagine that's probably going to be for Tanaka. Ampadu usually stays on for the full 90, doesn't he? But Strauch with a little chipped ball forwards towards Calvert-Lewin in the corner. Now Nonto. Nonto's running all the way back to his own goal here and gives it all the way back to Darlow. He's run from the corner flag to his own half and given the ball back to his goalkeeper, but Darlow, that's a really poor pass. And then a shocking pass from the Wolves central midfielder there, Joao Gomez. He just boots it into touch. Oh, Rodon, Metcher and Longstaff are all preparing to come on, by the way. So just a few subs for Leeds. Throw in for Jaden Bogle to take over here. Down the touchline. Away by Hugo Bueno. Goodmanson trying to do his best there. Strout clears it. Nonto is going to get himself a... Oh, no. Still going here. Great ball by Tanaka. Nonto's got Calvert-Lewin with him. Good ball to Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin fouled from behind. Penalty to Leeds. It's a penalty to Leeds. However, VAR will check whether it was offside or not. And they will also check whether it was a penalty. But he did just trip him. Yellow card for Bueno. That's a really good pass by Tanaka. And then Nonto. Oh, yeah, he's onside. He's well onside, Calvert-Lewin. He gets goal side of his man. And Hugo Bueno just trips him there, pushes him down. Yeah, he trips him. His foot stands in front of Calvert-Lewin's leg that he's about to strike the ball with, and he just trips. So that is definitely going to be a penalty. I wonder if we're going to make the substitutions before or not. Well, Calvert-Lewin's going to take it. He's traditionally struggled a little bit with penalties this season. Don't know if we're going to make the substitutions yet or at all, because obviously this makes for a little bit of a change in the game here. Calvert-Lewin just waiting for confirmation that he can go and take it. Would be nice to improve that goal difference as well if he can score this, Calvert-Lewin. So looks like Calvert-Lewin is going to be the one to take this. Last 5 penalties, scored 4, missed 1. Calvert-Lewin steps up, bangs it into the goal, 3-0. Fantastic. Game over. Game over. 3-0 win at home is exactly what we wanted and needed. Great result for us. 3 points, 3 goals, clean sheet, 9 points clear of the relegation zone. Great bit of play. Good assist from Nonto. Good play. Goal creating action as well from Tanaka with that pass forward to Nonto. First time volley. Yeah, good penalty. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Puts it into the side netting. Well, actually, it's not quite. It's probably a savable height and a savable area if goalkeeper goes the right way. But he didn't. And it's 3-0 to Leeds. So Goodmanson is coming off and Rodon is coming on. Which I imagine means that Justin's going to go to right back. Longstaff. And then the other one is Calvert-Lewin is off for number 14, Lucas Metcher. There you go. That's half of our team has been substituted now. Nonto. Still going here, Nonto, and cleared away, though. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in on the halfway line. Don't know what Spurs this afternoon's games are. So, yeah, no, Spurs don't kick off till 5:30, so they won't be on at the same time as us. Bournemouth leading Newcastle 2-1 still, so... Ampadu tries to find a pass there, but he can't, so he gives it all the way back to... It was a penalty, Goz. Nonto with a great touch. Now Gruev. It's going to be a throw in there. No, I won't be, Pierre. I'm too tired. Beal clears it. I probably won't even watch it. I'll probably just watch Match of the Day later, maybe. Bogle. Back to Rodon. Oh, it's good to see Rodon's getting a bit of an applause. Oh, great touch there by Metcher, and Leeds are potentially in behind here as Nonto tries to play it, but gets completely wiped out by Bueno. Rodon does well just to shield that out. Just a minute and a half to go here at Elland Road. Jacobillo. Back to Darlow. Oh, Nonto's just given the ball straight away. Let's hope that we don't lose our clean sheet, because we haven't had one of them in what feels like ages. Stroud does so well to just shield that out. Well, I mean, some of our players have given away penalties this season, haven't they? So it happens to us all. Two different Buenos in the back line, though. However, it was Hugo Bueno. It'll be 10:30, Archie, I think. Darlow. Then with the goal kick. It's finally whistled so he can take it, and he's just going to hoof it as far as he can. Oh, Longstaff's won the ball here. Leeds might be in behind. Longstaff. He's going to try and play it across the box. Nonto can't quite get there. James Justin can, though, and he takes it to the corner. He's looking for a pass. He's been tackled there by Mateus Mane. Nonto. Back to Ampadu. commentator's just laughing at James Justin taking the ball into the corner, 3-0 up with 30 seconds to go. And Purdue. Bogle. Little flick by Metcher. I think Longstaff might be offside there. Good ball to Metcher. Metcher shoots. Good tackle there by Santi Bueno, I think it was. It won't be called offside now because we didn't score from it. It's a throw-in rather than a corner kick. Welcome, Robert. Good to have you, even if it's for like 30 seconds. Going to be a long throw for Leeds here from Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu with a good throw-in into the box. Now Nonto. Chests it back to Ampadu. Nonto. Whip it in, Nonto. Let's see if we can score. Away there by Wolves. That's a pull there from James Justin. He's going to get himself a yellow card. Thanks, Ruggy. Appreciate that. I don't know why there's no need to carry on the game at this point. Like, we're way over. We're into the 13th minute of added time now. I don't know why we're still playing. Because I know because of the penalty, but really, 3-0. Yeah, I do them every game, Archie, so I'll always be doing the watch-alongs unless there's some reason why. I think I've only missed one game this season, and that was the Spurs game. Because we went for a meal in Manchester. That's the final whistle. Went for a meal in Manchester, and I was trying to watch it under the table, but it's not quite the same as being able to watch it properly. However, Leeds have just won 3-0. 3 great points. Good for our goal difference. 9 points clear of Spurs, who are just about to play Brighton this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and record a match reaction and put that out on the channel very, very shortly. So that will be on the channel if you want to go and watch that. Make sure you like the stream, hit that subscribe button if you are new here, and also check out the link to my Etsy store in the description down below where you can buy Leeds United artwork designed by me. So Leeds have won 3-0. Great for our goal difference, great for our confidence, great for the run-in. Just what we needed. Just the ticket. And look, it's all but done. So let's go ahead and beat Bournemouth or Burnley and just win an FA Cup too. That would be nice. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Appreciate you all for joining me. And I shall see you in the next one. Thanks everybody.